The little girl ate moldy bread every day. Since birth, she had suffered from an illness that left her unable to see or hear. Even more heartbreaking, her mother had passed away a few days earlier. But the little girl did not know that. So every day, she continued waiting for her mother to come home. Her mother had accumulated a large amount of debt, and creditors came to the door every day demanding payment. One day, a man quietly entered the house. He was searching for something valuable to sell and pay off the debts. Suddenly, he heard a noise coming from the bathroom. A little girl appeared. She walked toward the table, picked up a piece of moldy bread, and crawled under a cabinet. The man was shocked by the sight but continued searching. As he expected, he found nothing valuable. Then he asked the little girl if there were any jewels in the house, but she simply sat silently and kept eating her bread. At that moment, the man realized that she could neither hear nor speak. He began to feel guilty. He tried to contact the girl's father, but all he received was an angry response. In despair, he lit a cigarette. However, the smell of the smoke reminded the little girl of her mother. She happily came out and started tapping on the floor with her hands. The man, surprised, tapped on the floor as well. When the girl felt the vibrations in return, she hugged him. But when she touched his face, she realized he was not her mother and burst into tears. In the end, the man decided to take care of her. He brought her basic necessities and began living with her. The little girl still believed her mother would return. Whenever she sensed unfamiliar footsteps approaching the door, she became frightened and hid under the cabinet. To stop her from eating moldy bread, the man brought her delicious noodles. But when she touched them, she became scared and hid again. Out of frustration, the man threw away all the old bread. That day, when the little girl wanted bread but found nothing on the table, she cried in fear and knocked over the bowl of noodles. Having no other choice, the man went out and bought fresh bread. When the little girl smelled the bread, she was happy, and little by little, she began to trust him. Soon, she started staying close to him and eating noodles as well. She enjoyed them so much that grease splattered all over the wall. The man felt completely helpless. Then one day, the little girl covered the entire room with soap bubbles and lay happily on the floor. Seeing this softened the man's heart. He decided to teach her how to read and write. He bought letter molds and helped her learn the shapes of letters through touch. He traced letters onto her palm, and she was able to recognize them. Eventually, the little girl learned to write her first word. She traced the word dad into the man's hand. That night, the little girl fell asleep hugging. She knew he was not her mother, but she desperately needed someone's love.